So remember that big ladder ball that I built, the same one as Tent Guy? Well, it takes up lots of room. So I was at Costco and I found these Christmas tree bags, and I'm gonna be able to store it in there because I didn't have any bag to store it for. So Christmas tree bag, 40 bucks for the win. What's going on, everyone? It's Lee here, the rental guy from the Party Rental Shop. For those of you who don't know, this is my party rental business. We started 5 or 6 years ago from the garage of my house. We've since moved into a warehouse and then this warehouse, and this is the rental company that you see before you today. And we vlog every weekend. You're in the vlog right now.
There are reasons.
It's 2 days after Christmas. It's quite slow around here. My wife didn't come into work today. She did the phones from home. That is, if the phones were even ringing. There was like 2 phone calls the whole day, which is fine. This week, how was this week? Well, there was Christmas. We had our Christmas party, which you know from our last video.
Can I come too? Okay, you've got your phone with me.
And we had a little bit of rentals going out. You already know what went out this winter because I have 2 other Christmas time vlogs, so we're not focusing on Christmas. Now we are focusing on the new year and how we are going to implement these things to make our business grow. Because this last year, we only grew like 10%. I know we can do better next year, so now we make the plan. So what's the plan, you ask? Well, the plan is automation. We make it so that there's less clicks on our program. But also there is, things that we should have did a few years ago. In Canada, we're a corporation. And when you turn into a corporation, this opens up the floodgates for lots of new opportunities, which, shame on me, I didn't take advantage of till now, basically. When you're a corporation, it's easier to get loans for things. It helped me get my truck, my truck that I got, and lines of credit, stuff like that. Anyways, the headaches that corporations come with some ease too, right? You get into a warehouse, you get insurance, you have to join the workers' compensation board, you start doing payroll, stuff like this, stuff like that. But then all that data that you have to do actually becomes beneficial. So I started looking at things like being a vendor, being on people's list, preferred vendors. I can't believe I kind of missed out on this before. Bidding on events. I looked past this. I saw people in my area bidding on events for hundreds of thousands of dollars that just passed over my head, which I will not let pass by any longer. So I joined up to some tenders and bidding websites, the university in my area. I sent a request to join the ARA because that is a great thing that I can have on my website. Plus you can take courses through them and then get certified for more things that you can put on your resume towards vendors that are looking to work with you for high-end corporate events where you have to go through these bidding and tendering websites online. When you go through bidding and tendering, you kind of hit the next level. Corporate clients, they want to do like a net 30. That means that they don't pay for like 30 days. And that's absolutely fine because they're good for the money. Like my city, the city of Saskatoon, has a process to book people in. Before, I was, really fighting this process. People would call me and they'd say, hey, let's put you on as a vendor, the school board in my area. And I was like, no, we take credit card and credit card only. And then I realized there's a whole bigger scope going on that you need to follow the rules if you want to play with the big boys. So, bids, tenders, getting registered on these lists. This is very important for you to do. Join your local chamber of commerce. Things so that you get ties into the business world. Start making your website a little bit better for business-wise stuff. Anyways, I'm still a little new to all this stuff, so I may not be perfect or saying it perfectly, but I'm starting to grasp this is how you get corporate events. The question I was always asking myself for multiple years up until pretty much the year before last when I first started getting my very first corporate clients. Speaking of ARA, I'll be heading down to the ARA show in 2025, so come there. A little update on the seating layout program. Here it is. And it's pretty cool. I'm thinking about dropping it on the website right away because I think it's pretty good. And don't compare it to Mary or anything like that. Good. And don't compare it to Mary or anything like that. It's not supposed to be Mary or PartyCAD. It's not supposed to be a tool that we can use. It's supposed to be a tool that our customers can use on the website so that they can quickly generate a seating plan. Nothing with any learning curve, just quickly clickety click, and they'll be able to do something. And remember, I coded this using specifically ChatGPT 01 Pro. So I just kept refining the prompt and then testing it and telling it what was wrong with whatever I was testing, and then it would fix that, and then I'd put the new code in, and it told me every step to do. So this isn't impossible to get done. In fact, I'm thinking about maybe launching something like this so that you guys can put them on your websites as well, because I think everyone needs a tool like this, a free tool that they can go and just figure out how many people go inside their tents. Like mine's specific to my tent sizes, but if I added like a custom layer on there that would let you pick your specifics, maybe that would be something cool that we could do together. So let's think about that. Okay, so we've got a version of a seating plan here. Let's go with a 20 by 40 marquee. We'll generate it. There it is right there. Those are all the poles. Now we need to put in some tables. So 5-foot round table. Let's change the color for the next item, which is the dance floor. So we'll put in a 12 by 12 dance floor right there. Perfect. Let's get some head tables. Change the color for the head table to something like green. And we'll do a head table for 11 guests. Custom head table down the floor. We'll duplicate this. It's going to duplicate in the new color though. See, it's got 43 seats total, so let us save this. So save there and see what it looks like. So the saved one looks all right, and we want to put something like that on our website, and you want something like that on your website too, so we're going to make this available. Everyone, I mean this when I say it. Don't wait for me to launch this for you. Go to ChatGPT and just start building one for yourself. It's actually pretty easy stuff if you play around with it. What's up, guys? It's Lee here from the office, and today we're talking integrations. Don't click away because this is important. We need to be AI first in our companies to be ahead of our competitors. And how do we do that? By automating tasks. And I want to show you that it's not as hard as you think it is, because I can do it. I don't know how to code. I'm going to show you how I do it slowly in my videos. Let's get into it. What I'm saying is automating your current rental program is very essential, because then you can save yourself the time, something that you would have to click on before. If you can figure out a way for it to automatically do that, well, then you save yourself the time of clicking that thing every single time, and then add up those minutes, and it's a serious time saver. And then figure out the next problem. Well, how can we automate that? And this is what we're doing here in this channel. Every time I have an automation, it's going down.
There are reasons.
Yeah, you. So let's pretend someone's running late. I made an email template that I sent them that says, hey, you're running late. So I'm going to send it to them. P.S. This is hypothetical. I just have myself as the client on here because we're just test running this for the video. So say we're running late, we'll send an email, and it's a late email. So late return, that's an email template we made, whatever. Now, the thing is when you send emails to people, sometimes they don't get them, especially when, they're running late. We need it to send to their phones. But Bookable doesn't have a way currently to send a text message at the same time. So because I switched to this new program called OpenPhone, now I can actually link it so that it just grabs the email and sends a text message to the clients, therefore reminding them, hey, you're late. And this is especially good for people who don't check their emails. So I'm going to send it off, and we're going to see what happens, the whole process here. Then we'll send the email here. So here's the email here. Overdue, what to do. Gives return location, Google Maps clickable link, and then customer return guide, customer pickup guide, blah, blah, blah. Now, an automated text message should send at the same time too. And here is the email that it sends. Hi Lee, overdue rental return notice. Your rentals were due back today. Call us to schedule return. If you don't hear from us right away, there's a fee. Click here for directions, late fee policy, and see they could just click there and get automatic directions to our location. Anyways, these are some of the automations that I'm working on, and I try to make an automation every few days. So we'll click into our automation right now that we just made today. So right here in Zapier, you can see how we have it mapped out, but it was very simple. We just basically, when you create a new Zap, you just tell it what you want it to do, and it pops up in the left-hand window. So if I can do this, you can do this, because I don't know a lick about code. Thanks to things like ChatGPT, we can easily make automations anything we want. So now I have a new problem solved, as I don't have to send text message reminders to people in addition to my emails, because I can do it when a quote goes out, a price quote goes out, an automatic email saying, hey, check your junk folder goes. Additionally, when people are late, that's another one that I want to go to people's phones, not just their emails. And we can automate that here with Zapier and OpenPhone and Bookable, because those all great programs that are embracing the future of technology and getting us custom workflows. So that's my custom workflow for today. I am so sorry that I am turning this into a how to use ChatGPT channel, but a year from now, 2 years from now, this is all that everyone's going to talk about, because this is it. This is the future. We're simplifying our jobs by taking control, by leveraging programs like ChatGPT. I've got my 306 Party Rentals custom GPT that I went over on my other one, and now when I work through things and I have problems, by having a custom GPT built to leverage tools is probably the smartest thing that I've done in a long time. Instead of always having to tell ChatGPT details, it automatically can grab from things, you know? It's got one file that's the bookable variables. It's got one thing that has a little paper on the bookable variables and how they mix with the Zapier variables. And all that I do is I just chat with it until we can reach some logical knowledge together. Then I say, hey, this looks pretty interesting. Let's throw this into a text file that I'll plug back into your brain. And that's it. It was telling me how to get the Zapier flow so that I can link Bookable and OpenPhone. Well, once I did that, I said, hey, take everything that we've went over and turn it into text instructions so that I can feed it back into your brain so that this process goes smoother next time. And it automatically takes the text from the conversation, makes it into a downloadable file, and then you just put it into the brain of your custom GPT so that upon being a ChatGPT window, it can also pull from your custom instructions and specs. You're building the brain of your business inside your beluga of a behemoth, the building of the brain of your large language model to enhance your rental business. Anyways, mixed in with all this tech stuff that we're doing, plans for the new year. I want to save money, so I'm only buying items that will pay for themselves what I believe inside of a year. I'm going to buy an obstacle course, a few different bounce houses because I want to encapsulate some of that stuff. I'm only going to buy some tents if I need them for big gigs. But other than that, I want this year to be about banking money so that I'm not going to buy extras of things just so that they can go out, because I want to bank money so that in 2 years' time I can actually put a down payment on a warehouse, because that's the logical next step for me to be able to buy something that hopefully has people in other bays, and I can start out, as a landlord to them, as I grow, well then, their leases will run out and I can kick them out and I can renovate, and then we can grow into this bigger thing, but I can afford the rent so that it's not so hard me moving into a building. So I'm probably going to try to stay here for another 2 years, leverage CCANs, whatever I can do, and bank money so that I can hit a down payment on a big guy. And that should be the game plan. So, thanks for watching the vlog, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, maybe you might enjoy one of my other ChatGPT videos that show some more simplified workflows. Check those out. Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? And as always, you stay classy. We'll see you on the next one.